Girls and guys, the future is here. We have officially entered into a territory when AI is even replacing the automation tools. So, just to give you some context, hi, my name is Prathamesh, and I am a digital products coach. I help my clients to make an online income by hopping on calls with them and solving their exact problems, be it their mindset or about their marketing or about their product creation so that they can monetize the skill that they have and create an online income for themselves. And the point that I'm trying to tell over here is I have successfully automated using some AI tools on the actual action steps that my clients have to take and the accountability that they need and the actual steps that they have to take, what to do and when to do it, fully automated. Let me show it to you. So, what we did, to give you more context, is I was hopping on calls with my clients, and earlier I was just following up with them. Hey, XYZ, have you done the work? Hey, XYZ, do you know, like we talked about that particular thing or that day, right? You got to do it. Or I was trying to remember from these calls, like I actually spoke about very interesting topic and very interesting IP or top like an idea which I wanted to share on my Instagram story, but I just lost because you get so lost in the momentum, the moment that you are doing, you're talking about it, that you just forget what you talked about. But I started to systemize it earlier, and I used to create ChatGPT prompts, and I used to record these calls that I had with my clients, and I fed the recordings, fed the transcripts of these calls to ChatGPT, to Claude, and take out the analysis and take out the nuggets and action steps for my clients, and I used to store it in proper Notion tabs, proper pages, so that I can track back and I can give more value to my clients. And it was a fairly long process. A lot of my friends criticized in this whole process, like it's too admin work. It's too much, right, for $1,000 offer. But the thing is, I just tried to create a system, and I did not focus too much on finalizing the how to optimize it, how to make it more efficient. But with the advance of AI tools, it's so easy for you to do that. And I try to give more iterations of automating that process as well. Fetching the call when it was done, taking the transcript, feeding it into AI, then creating a page, creating the AI analysis of it, sending it to other people. Was too much of tasks. But with the advance of AI, with the tools that we have, so the tool that I use, which is for the call recording and call transcripts, which is called as Fathom AI. Fathom AI has very recently launched a sort of tool. I am not a coder person, so I don't know what that is exactly in like the backend stuff. But what I've done is Fathom AI has taken out an MCP server, and that what that MCP server is, when you type something in Claude, it connects your whatever you're giving to that particular app, and it takes data from there and processes it properly. So I'm like, I get the data from Fathom, and I manually get the data from Fathom, and I manually do it in Claude, the analysis using one particular prompt, and then I manually create another page on Notion to store the data on Notion. Like, can I automate that inside a single thing and not have this, use even like GHL automations or Pabbly or Zapier or all of that? Can I just do it in AI tool? It would make my life 100x simpler, right? So that's what I did. Because of this Fathom AI tool that they have launched, the MCP server, I am able to do that. Let me show you a demonstration. Perfect. So let me just go to that particular chat that I had. So today is 16th of April. On 14th of April, I had three of my clients go on calls with me. Their names are Akansha, Rati, and Shauli. So these ladies are into different things. These are beginners who are trying to create a digital product and trying to monetize their skills and their ideas that they have. So I'm not going to show you the backend thing. Like I might do it in a different video. But what we did is basically connect with these connectors. There are connectors, and I just connected my Notion, my Google Calendar, and my Fathom as well. Now, why is Google Calendar important, Notion important? Stick to the plan. So I shared this particular simple one-line prompt is fetch all of the calls that I did yesterday or day before. So it successfully brought the calls and their transcripts from over here. And it actually is summarizing everything that we talked about in these three calls. Now, what I did was I actually created a simple, not a simple, simple is an understatement. I actually created a big ass prompt for analyzing these transcripts that I go on calls with. And first of all, it determines is it a sales call or is it a coaching call that I do with my clients. Based on the analysis, there's like a 10-step process for each of this particular subsection. So if it's a sales call, I want to understand like how did the sales calls go, what was the ticket price that was pitched, what kind of client quality is it, prospect quality is it. And on the mentorship, the coaching side, I want to extract a lot of data from that mentorship call, coaching call. And this is the exact prompt. If you want this prompt, just comment the word MS and I'll send you the prompt for free. So using this prompt, we extract a lot of data, the content pieces that we can do, or uh, the the content pieces that we can do, or the call analysis, the action steps that my clients have to do, and everything. So that's what the Claude did. And after doing this, it returned back with an MD file, which is like a markdown file with all of the headings and everything in the exact format which I used to get when I did it manually. It's just blind blowing what I got. So call one, call two, and call three, I got all of the mentorship analysis. And what is even more fantastic is the next two steps that I did. Number two is so what I do is I maintain separate Notion pages for each of my clients and each of the calls that I do. And these can be like the Zoom calls that I do, or even an asynchronous Loom video feedback that we go forward, we go back and forth with me and my clients. So we don't have to hop on Zoom calls all the time. So I maintain separate pages of each of my clients. Looks something like this. And I go back and with this another prompt that I wrote, very simple prompt, just check out. Now find each of this person's relevant mentorship Notion page. Under this page, I just shared my Notion page, and then create a separate page for each person, which with this particular format, because I add every person's format page in a particular format, which is date of the call, name of the client, and MAI, which stands for mentorship AI. And after creating each person's sub page in their names, paste this particular data in the page that you just created, which is the Fathom call link, this Claude chats link which you just generated, and the actual call analysis that we are generating. It took some time, 5 minutes or something, but my friends, it delivered. It actually created page based on that. How mind blowing is it? I used to do this manually. I used to freaking do it manually all the time, and I did not have energy at the end of the day after hopping off 5 calls with my clients solving their problems. I did not have that energy, but now it's completely automated, and it's the most fantastic part about uh, this month, this week. And it did for all of these 3 clients. And I did not have to lift even a finger apart from the chat that I just did. So it created, first of all, it referred to the prompt that I just made, the master prompt that I made for analyzing the call. It fetched the transcripts, it analyzed the calls according to the prompt that I have made, and it created a Notion page for each of my client, which, by the way, it's a very smart operation if you think about it, because all of my clients are, ranked in a particular order on a separate page, and Claude found out about that particular person and created a sub page with the format that I just gave. It's fucking freaking intelligent operation if you think about it. Now, here's the fun part. I'm like, okay, I created a fun little page. I might or might not just, talk about it when I uh, do anything else. So I'm like, why can't I go one step further and actually remind my clients when do they need to get back to me with exact what steps I gave them. Because if you have dozens of clients just like me, you would forget about context of each person, and you would forget about what did you talk with that particular person last week or last week. But this thing is where the magic happens. So what I did was I gave another prompt, which is now find out what the deadline was for tasks for each particular client and create a Google Calendar event for that day end, which is like 9 p.m. So I can keep them accountable for the tasks and do them separately for each client and the action tasks and what I have to ask them on that particular day. And make sure that you keep the event for 9 p.m. so that it does not mess up with my sales calendar or any other calendar. And that's what I did. I went to my Google Calendar, which is this, and I opened on 9 p.m. on 17th of April. Two of these ladies have um, put a deadline in themselves that, okay, they need to get the things done. And it just formatted it very clearly with all of the tasks and what I need to ask them, along with the Fathom call link and the Notion page that I have to refer back to them. Mind blowing. This is what I wanted since the start, to not even rely on automation tools, to let AI handle everything for me. So it takes care of literally everything. The moment I hop off the call, everything is taken care of. And I might even go one step further by using Cloud Code for doing this. But I am a dummy and I don't know nothing about coding, so I might take some time to figure it out. But I think this is pretty cool. Even if I do it once a day, it is doing like 5 calls, 4 calls, 6 calls, no matter how much availability I have on that day. I can just do this manual process instead of doing the manual process for every freaking client of mine or every prospect of mine for hours. I can sit here for 10 minutes, let's say, and do this manually. I'm sure there is an further automation way of automating the whole thing as well. So it runs on a particular time schedule. Claude has recently launched its Claude routines as well. I'm yet to check it out. But guys, this is going to revolutionize coaching, accountability, getting shit done from yourself, getting shit done from other people, your team members, your um, subordinates. If you want to talk, if you want to communicate with any other person on this planet, and is there's like any kind of relationship that you're having and you want to automate some of the things, AI tool can do it for you without relying on automation tools like Zapier, Pebble, GHL automations, and blah 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 blah. I am just mind blown. If you love this video and you want to do it by yourself and you want this prompt that I just shared, comment the word MS and I'll send it to you. And if you want to personally work with me to use these automation tools in your coaching business, in your online business, that you want to take your boring idea and create a monetizable asset and learn marketing, learn the advertising fundamentals behind it, and you want to create like a 1 lakh rupee per month business, and you want to work with me personally one on one, go to Instagram. I'll be linking a link below and DM me this word daily, and I will send you the details on how to work with me.